yendo bien.
Yeah, and then baseball.
No juego hoy también.
Si tú tienes tiempo cuando yo llego, yo tuve que irme y yo me quedé
Llega el hijo mío ahí, lo va a picar ahorita.
La gente no me ha traído la autorización
Suave, suave. Vamos. Leo. Entra con ella, entra con ella.
Good morning and welcome to Buena Vista in La Romana here in the Dominican Republic. We're still getting set up, but we welcome you in here. Top of the first inning just started a couple of moments ago. The Kingsmen have a 1-0 lead over Buena Vista, and Izzy Classe in the cleanup is at the plate. Caden McNeil singled to begin the game. He came around to score. Dino Catani walked, and he stands on third base with one out. Owen Beatrice grounded a ball to third base. A nice play from the Buena Vista third baseman, but the Kingsmen have the lead. Pitch to Classe is a called strike. The game begun just about 2 minutes ago, still waiting on a couple technical things, but we got the stream going as is to work for the moment. We didn't want to delay anymore. We apologize about the postponement yesterday. Field conditions unplayable yesterday as that ball's hit out of play, a foul ball from Classe. But we're here today. One more game tomorrow for the Kingsmen, and then they'll head back to the States on Thursday. Griffin Leonard here on the call for you. The Kingsmen Baseball Academy and Buena Vista, the third game of 4 in the DR trip this season. Izzy Classe strikes out off the changeup. It was high in the zone, and he couldn't get the bat to it. There's 2 down in the top of the first. 1-0, the Kingsmen lead. Once again, Griffin Leonard here on the call for you this afternoon, or this morning into afternoon, just after 10:15 local time. And Mason Ritzema is the hitter, the extra hitter in the lineup for the Kingsmen. I'll take you through the batting order once we get around to the top of the second. Mason Ritzema batting with a guy on third base, 2 outs, and he watches the first pitch sink down the middle for a called strike. It's 0-1. No balls and a strike for Ritzema, batting in the 5 spot. Here's the pitch. It's a curveball in the dirt. It gets by the catcher. That'll allow Catani to score. It's 2-0. The Kingsmen lead here in the top of the first inning. Mason Ritzema grounds the ball off of his right foot. He'll stay in the box after the foul ball. After the foul ball, Ritzema digs back in. 2 runs in for the Kingsmen in the first. Out of the windup, here's the pitch from the right-hander, and it hit Ritzema on the lower leg. A hit by pitch extends the inning and brings up Hudson Enterkin with 2 down.
Si no, no hay otra manera. Fuimos de todos los vecinos casi que podemos pedir y no tienen. Entonces yo voy a hacer esa diligencia, porque ya él habló conmigo, el mejor que está bien. Entonces yo voy a buscar la atención y la voy a traer. Pero de una vez, yo voy corriendo de una vez. Sí. Hablamos ahora, vi. No, okay.
Entrican watches the first pitch go. Delayed steal from Ritzma. The throw to second. Takes a bounce and bounces into shallow center. Ritzma's in there with the stolen base. He took it on a delay. He didn't leave until the ball was in the catcher's glove, and he beat it anyway. Yeah, I was going to say I can always just move over there. Yeah. It's entirely possible. I just I don't know. So that I know. Hudson Entrican strikes out, and that ends the top of the first inning. We'll be right back. The Kingsmen take to the field. Kason Young, the pitcher, to start this one off on the Kingsmen Baseball Network. Welcome back here to the bottom of the first. The Kingsmen and Buena Vista here in beautiful La Romana in the Dominican Republic. 2-0, the Kingsmen lead after the top of the first inning is concluded. The Buena Vista team in their red and blue uniforms is going to hit here in the bottom of the first, facing the Canadian pitcher Kason Young. The Kingsmen, to recap the top of the first, saw Caden McNeil lead off with a single. Dino Catani walked. McNeil scored later on in Owen Beatrice's at-bat that ended in a ground out. Izzy Classe struck out. Mason Ritzma was hit by a pitch, but not before Dino Catani scored on a wild pitch to make it 2-0. The first pitch is a ball to start the bottom of the first. After that one was high and outside. Hudson Entrican struck out to end the top of the first, and that brings us to where we're at now. Kason Young on the mound out of the windup. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. And it's low of the knees. Ball 2, a hitter's count for the Buena Vista leadoff man. 2-0. Kaysen trying to lock in here to begin the game. Bunt shown. The pitch is at the knees for a called strike, and it's 2-1. Defensively for the Kingsmen today, Jack Catrone is the catcher. Izzy Classe, the third baseman, Owen Beatrice, the shortstop. Deacon Curtis, younger brother of Jack Curtis, is at second, and Max Rayleigh is at first. There's a fastball in there for strike 2 to make it 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Kingsmen outfield, Dino Catani, the left fielder, Caden McNeil in center, and Hudson Entrican, the right fielder. 2-2 pitch. Got him! Off speed, went down low of the zone, and it's a strikeout to open up the day for Kaysen Young. There's 1 down. It's a great pitch from Caden, who was down 2-0 in the count, came all the way back, and he's got the first out of the inning. Second hitter up for this La Romana Buena Vista side, and it's a first pitch fastball in there for a strike to the 2-hole hitter wearing the number 12. There's a line drive on the 0-1. Diving! Dino Catani has it! Look at Dino! Line drive into left center field. I apologize that the camera does not pan enough over for you to have been able to see that play, but a left center field line drive. Catani had a beat on it, and he laid out to make the catch for the second out of the inning. That's a wonderful play. First pitch to their third hole hitter, and a swinging strike for strike 1. Wearing gray, not wearing the traditional Buena Vista red and blue. The lefty digs back in, behind in the count. Kaysen fires it home. Popped up, right side foul. Lot of foul ground here. Catrone looking after it. Rayleigh chases, and Max Rayleigh catches it in foul territory. The Kingsmen retire the side 1-2-3 in the first and lead 2-0. We'll step aside. It's the 2026 Dominican Republic trip right here on the Kingsmen Baseball Network. Back here for the top of the second, Griffin Leonard here with you for Kingsmen Baseball against Buena Vista in La Romana. 2-0 after inning number 1, which saw the Kingsmen jump out of the gates offensively and then shut down Buena Vista in style in the bottom half. Due to hit up in the second, Harris Clark, Jack Catrone, and Max Rayleigh, 7, 8, 9 in the Kingsmen batting order. I'll take you through the full order in just a moment. Righty on the mound for Buena Vista, and he tosses his first pitch of the inning. Fastball at the knees for a strike. Caden McNeil, the leadoff for the Kingsmen. Dino Catani hitting second. Owen Beatrice in the 3-hole. Izzy Classe is the cleanup. Mason Ritzma, the extra hitter in the 5 slot. 0-1. Entrican digs back in. Here's the 0-1 offering, and he swings through it. He was a tad late on the fastball. Entrican is the 6-hole hitter. Harris Clark, the 7. Jack Catrone, the 8. And then Max Rayleigh, the 9, and Deacon Curtis rounds it out. The Kingsmen hitting 10 today. 0-2. The ball was dropped by the catcher, called a strikeout, and then Clark was tagged. So it's a looking strikeout for Harris Clark. He was tagged on the drop third strike, and the play was dead from there. 1 out for Jack Catrone, the catcher, the newest member of the Kingsmen Baseball Academy out of Raleigh, North Carolina. And he's taking his first at-bat here, starting at catcher. Off to the screen, it's 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. Catrone digging into the right-handed batter's box. Infield set to receive for Buena Vista. 0-1. Grounds the ball right side, foul. Just a couple of feet beyond that first base bag. Nick Osborne down there coaching first again. Coach Preston Hudak taking the pictures as he did on Saturday. So quickly 0-2 to the 8-hole hitting Catrone. Kingsman up 2-0, looking to kickstart this second frame. The pitch. And he flared it off the handle of the bat, falling toward the right side of the infield, and it's caught by the first baseman. There's 2 away for Max Rayleigh, and the bases are empty for the black and gold. Rayleigh out of Florence, South Carolina, making his first appearance of the season and of the trip. The pitch. Fastball dropped by the catcher and did not get the benefit of the call from the home plate umpire despite that. 1 ball, no strikes. One 1-0 coming from the right-hander. And it's farther outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Max out of Florence, South Carolina. The Kingsmen summer team had a couple of games out there against the Florence Flamingos, and I found out after the fact that Max attended one of those. Of course, I didn't know him at the time. 2 balls and no strikes. Hitters count for Rayleigh. Fastball low of the knees, and Max is in a pretty good spot here. 3 balls and no strikes. If the inning continues, we would see Deacon Curtis, who awaits his time in the on-deck circle. Then the top of the order would come back around. 3-0 pitch from Buena Vista, and that's a 4-pitch walk for Max Rayleigh. So Rayleigh stands on first with 2 away. Here's Deacon Curtis to try to extend the inning further. Early morning start today, 10:30 local time. If you're watching in Charlotte, in the Charlotte Metro, or anywhere on the East Coast, 9:30 for you guys. Thanks for joining us this morning. That one's on the outside corner for a strike. If there's any parents of our more Western players, well, we definitely appreciate you joining us, whether it's 7:30, 8:30, 6:30 if you're on the West Coast. A little cup of coffee and some Kingsmen baseball. Why not? Throwing down to first after the pitch, trying to backpick Rayleigh. Dove hard into that first base bag, which is not planted into the dirt, and he nearly took it with him all the way back to the dugout. Got to be careful with those bases. 2 balls and no strikes. Rayleigh, a good lead off of first with 2 outs. I'm sure he'd love to get into scoring position. The pitch gets by the catcher, and he's going to take every opportunity to do so. Rayleigh to second off the passed ball. And it's 3-0 to Deacon Curtis. Opportunity for the bottom of the order to make some production happen. And a big cut from Deke. Tried to send that one to the 337 sign down the left field line. Came up empty. Still in a good spot. And I do believe there are 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And that one is high, and now I believe it is a full count. I'm at a tough angle to be able to see the count shown from our home plate umpire. So I'll try to keep track of it myself the best as we can. Here's the pitch to Deacon. And it is low. That's ball 4. And he heads to first with the top of the order rolling back around. Second and first, 2 away for Caden McNeil. Playing center field once again today. He's played center in every game so far for the Kingsmen. I believe the only player in this lineup to start every game so far. Runners on second and first. Rayleigh stands off of second, and Deacon Curtis at first base. First pitch, skipped in the dirt on the way into the catcher's glove, 1-0. Caden McNeil is 1 for 1 today. He singled and later scored on a nice third and first play executed by the Kingsmen base runners. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs, and then the Kingsmen 2-run lead. They're trying to grow. McNeil pops it up foul, heading toward the buses, out of play. One ball and 1 strike is the count. McNeil wearing the Kingsman number 1, batting in batting order slot number 1. Here's the 1-1. And he hammers it to right field. Right fielder going back toward the right center corner, and he makes the catch to end the inning. No runs up on the board. The Kingsmen strand 2 in the second. They lead 2-0. We'll be right back here on the Kingsmen Baseball Network. Bottom of the second inning here on the Kingsmen Baseball Network. Kingsmen Baseball in their 3rd game of the Dominican Republic spring trip for the Academy guys. Buena Vista, the opponents today, Saturday, they split their doubleheader. A win against Esperanza 10-0, and then they fell to Cano Baseball 14-7, leading into the final inning. Just could not keep the door closed as Kason Young, who had a great first inning, delivers the ball high to begin the second. Retired the side in order in the first, and now faces the 4, 5, 6 hitters of this Buena Vista team. 1-0 pitch, and it's outside to make it 2-0. Similarly to the first inning, where Kaysen fell behind 2-0 to his first hitter and then came back to strike him out. We'll see if Kaysen can do that here to the leadoff man in the second. 2-0 pitch. It's a ground ball up the middle. Out of the reach of Deacon Curtis, and a leadoff single for Buena Vista to get them their first base runner of the game. The home dugout likes that one. You know, our broadcast spot for this game at Buena Vista is down the third base line next to the not the visiting dugout, but the opposing dugout versus the Kingsmen about 75 feet away. So the crowd noise may be misleading as that one's fouled off, 0-1. There are a pretty good amount of Kingsmen parents here and various people that have showed up to the ballpark here to catch some glimpses of a ball game here today. The majority of them situated in foul territory down the right field line. Quick throw over to first, close at the bag, but the tag from Rayleigh not in time. The base runner slid to the outside of the bag and just evaded the tag. No balls and one strike. Infield set to turn 2 with the man on first. Big lead down there at first base. They throw over again. Rayleigh the tag. Got him! They pick off the runner at first, and there's one away here in the second. He took a big lead, and then when Kaysen began to move, it was a step forward rather than a step back that cost him. One down. The pitch to the plate, upstairs, 1-1. So the base is cleared for the Kingsmen again. The hit is on the board, but 4 batters up, 4 batters down, as the defense has found a way. 1-1. And a big cut on the slider. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kaysen ahead in the count. Two-strike pitch from the right-hander. Just missed the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes after the ball call from our home plate umpire. It's the same umpire from Saturday that we had for both games of the doubleheader. Coach has an umpire that he tends to bring back for these games. It's great to see him back here as that 2-2 is blown right by the hitter and the strikeout recorded. Second strikeout of the game for Kaysen Young, and there's 2 away. Home plate umpire Emilio back there in, I believe it was a Texas Christian University FCA shirt, bringing out all the stocks today in the merch department. And speaking of, here comes a left-handed hitter decked out in San Diego Padres gear, the 6-hole hitter for Buena Vista. Swings at the first pitch. It was downstairs, would have been a ball, but it's not anymore, and it's 0-1. The Kingsmen set to bring up 2, 3, 4 in the third. Dino Catani, Owen Beatrice, and Izzy Classe to hit once the Kingsmen can retire the side. 0-1. Another swing and a miss to make it 0-2. Kaysen controlling the tempo of this game. 2 strikeouts already, 1 base runner, but that base runner thrown out. And now a strike away from ending the second, facing the minimum. 0-2. Popped up on the infield. Kaysen has it under him and makes the catch. So the pitcher does it himself. We head to the third. 2-0, the Kingsmen lead right here on the Kingsmen Baseball Network. Top of the third inning here in Buena Vista, La Romana. Just a few minutes from the beautiful Casa de Campo, and we are right here ready to kickstart this third inning with Dino Catani, who squared but pulled back, and it's 1-0. La Romana separates the Casa de Campo, Buena Vista area by a small river that runs into the southern coast and into the sea. As the 1-0 popped up right side of the infield, the second baseman camped under it, now takes a couple steps to his left and makes the catch for the first out of the inning. But it's only about 5 minutes into the main part of La Romana once you get outside of the villas of Casa de Campo. This field just about halfway in between. It makes for a nice little enjoyment of this town, of this city. We've gotten a chance to explore the town of La Romana. I apologize for the train horn. It's making a lot of noise, but there's a called strike to Owen Beatrice. You know, I only make so much noise. If the train horn drowns me out, I can't do much about it. No balls, one strike. Beatrice batting with the bases empty and 1 away. And he took that one high and tight for ball 1. Later on today, I think that one was just to spite me. I think it was. Train's going right by the ballpark. 1 ball, or no, it's 2 balls, 1 strike now. Beatrice the hitter. Get back to that story in just a moment. Beatrice clubs the ball into right field. The right fielder took a way back on it and now dives forward and drops the ball. Tough one to read, but it's down for a base hit. Beatrice stands on first base with the 1-out single. The first step was back from the outfielder. It's what you're taught to do, but that ball ran out of juice pretty quickly, and he could not recover to make the catch. Beatrice has a single, and he stands on first for Izzy Clase. So as I was beginning to mention, later today the team is going to head to Hogar del Niño, a local school. The team in the summer with the collegiate kids have normally gone during the summer when it's more of a daycare than it is a school. We'll be visiting them later on in the school day, but of course it's the academic year right now in January. So there's a ground ball down the third base line and fair. Rounding second, heading to third, Beatrice. Clase has himself a double, and Beatrice will stand on third base as the Kingsmen have 2 in scoring position with 1 down. Perfectly placed ground ball down the line, and Clase with masterful opposite field work brings up Ritzema with runners on second and third. Second hit of the inning back-to-back, and now here comes Ritzema, who was hit by a pitch 2 innings ago. Big spot for the Kingsmen to tack on a couple more here in the third. Infield in. The first pitch is high for ball 1. But yes, Hogar del Niño will be an interesting experience today, just to see what it's like during the school year when it's actual school. I'm not sure if I'm going to be sitting in on a 4th grade math class or if I'm, no idea what's in store, but it's going to be a fun day for the team. 1-0 pitch. Ritzema down the first or the right field line, and it's fair. Got it over the first baseman's head. Throw comes to the plate as one is scored. Clase dives in, and he's safe. The catcher hesitated on the tag, and that may have cost him the opportunity to make the out. It's a 2-run single for Ritzema, who ripped the ball down the pole side, I guess, for him as a left-handed hitter. And 2 runs scored to make it 4-0. Here's Entrikin, and he hits a ball hard foul over the stands and out of play, 0-1. 4-0. The Kingsmen have 2 more already in this third frame. They're looking for more. Coming off of a loss, I know how important this win would be for Coach Hudak and his team. Throw over to first, and they've got Ritzema. Got him the same way that Kason Young got a base runner 1 inning ago. Just a little bit of a lean and not enough time to get back to the bag. Ritzema is picked off, and there are 2 away. So the bases are empty for Hudson Entrikin, who struck out swinging his first time. 0-1, now 1-1 as that one's outside. One and one. And Entrikin takes it at the knees. It was dropped by the catcher, but it's called a strike, 1-2. So now, just as quickly as it was getting going, this inning is a strike away from being over. The Kingsmen have 2 runs already in the top half of the third. Kason Young appears to be coming out for the bottom half to face 7, 8, 9 of Buena Vista. 2 strikes to Hudson Entrikin. And he rips it foul to stay alive, first base side. If the inning continues, we'll see Harris Clark, who led off the second with a strikeout looking. Another 2-strike opportunity for the Buena Vista starting pitcher. Here's his toss, and it was just tipped off the chest protector of our home plate umpire. So here's another 2-strike pitch to Entrikin. Curveball hit into center field, sending the center fielder back into the right center gap, but he tracks it down for the 3rd out. A good piece of bat on ball, but it couldn't quite get down, and the 3rd inning ends with 2 across. 4-0, the Kingsmen lead. We'll be right back here, the 2026 Dominican Republic mission trip, right here on the Kingsmen Baseball Network. Bottom of the 3rd, Kason Young back on the mound. He's pitched to the minimum through 2, surrendering a hit but retiring that base runner. Now starts the third, facing the 7, 8, 9 hitters, and it begins with a right-handed hitter wearing the number 17. Kaysen's first pitch, fastball, dropped by Catrone, and called a strike, and it's 0-1. A reminder of the Kingsmen defensively: Clase, Beatrice, Curtis, and Rayleigh left to right in the infield with Catrone doing the catching. Catani, McNeil, and Hudson Entrikin left to right in the outfield grass. 0-1. Curveball sat in there. No, it did not. Ball one. Did not get the call, and the count is even. One, dropped that one in there. Went back to the off speed, and that time he did get the call to go ahead 1-2. 2 strikeouts through 2 innings for Kaysen Young, the right-hander out of Alberta, Canada. His dad, a former Toronto Blue Jay. 2-strike pitch. Struck him out. High fastball. Blew it by him. No chance for the hitter. And there is one gone in the third. So 1 out, base is empty. Here's Kaysen's first pitch to the 8-hole hitter, grounded to Clase at third. Israel across the diamond, and Poppy's got him for 2 away in the third. There's a strike to make it 0-1. It looks like, based on what I'm seeing, that the Buena Vista team is only hitting 8 players. This is the top of the order, and we're only through eight bats. 1-1 as that pitch just misses low. And, you know, Kaysen came into this trip knowing he was going to pitch this third game. He actually ended up sick over the weekend. Went home 1-1, called a strike for 1-2. His parents are here on the trip. Ended up going back to their villa with them and resting and recovering for a day. Back here, looking good, feeling good, and wow, has he been at his best despite not feeling his best throughout the trip. The pitch, up and out, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kaysen trying to finish the third inning strong. 2-2 pitch. Got him! Goes back to the high fastball. Second strikeout of the inning. With the swing and a miss, he's got 4, and we head to the 4th. 4-0, the Kingsmen lead. We'll be right back on the KBA Kingsmen Baseball Network. Back here in the fourth inning, 4-0, the Kingsmen lead. 2 runs in the first, 2 runs in the third, and it's Clark, Catrone, and Rayleigh. Just as they let off the second, they'll lead off the fourth, and the first pitch to Harris Clark is downstairs for ball 1. Clark, his first appearance of the game, struck out looking. He'll try to put the ball in play here. 1-0, took it at the knees. Ball 1, and now strike 1. 1-1 in the count. No third base coach yet for the Kingsmen this inning. Coach Hudak is hanging around the dugout for a minute. I think he's waiting for a good time to get his steps in and jog on over to third. One, and it's outside for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike to Harris Clark. Two 1 to Clark, and Harris rips it back to the backstop. 2-2 the count after the foul ball. So after the foul ball, here's the 2-2 pitch. And it struck out Harris Clark with the fastball. That's a good fastball to blow it by Clark, and the Dominican right-hander has looked good. Apart from a couple of hard base hits, he's been able to shut down this Kingsman lineup, and he's got 1 away. Jack Catrone is into the batter's box to hit with 1 away, and then I think somebody else is going to hit for Max Rayleigh in the 9 spot. We'll wait for that change to become official, but it is not Rayleigh in the on-deck circle. First pitch, and there's a line drive into right center field. Down and into the gap. Catrone rounds first, heading for second. The center fielder whips it into the cut, lets it go by, and it rolls on into second, where Catrone's waiting there with a 1-out double. The Kingsmen faithful down the first base line roar their support as Jack Catrone has his first base hit as a member of the Kingsmen Baseball Academy. And here's Nehemiah Barnes, coming in to pinch hit for Max Rayleigh, and we'll see if Rayleigh heads to the mound later in the game, potentially coming out of the batting order for that reason. We'll see. So Catrone, a hefty lead off of second base with 1 away, looking to score on a base hit. First pitch, slide step. Tapped ground ball, back to the pitcher. Barnes running it out as the ball goes to first. Catrone up to third, 2 away. So that'll make way for P.J. Olvera. Deacon Curtis done after 1 plate appearance. And P.J. Olvera, who we had not seen yet behind the plate, is going to come into the 10 spot and likely go to second base this next inning in the field. P.J. out of Utah with 2 outs and a man on third. First pitch. And P.J. cranks it foul over my head here down the third base line. If he's going to hit it this way, I hope he hits it high just like that. Don't want to have to test my reflexes here. No balls, 1 strike. Catrone on third. After Jack had ripped that double down the right center field power alley. Deep ballpark in La Romana, probably 400 out toward those alleys. Here's a fastball to make it 0-2. Olvera behind in the count, trying to extend this inning and grab a run for the Kingsmen. Olvera readies himself in the left-handed batter's box. He has the platoon advantage against the right-hander who comes home. And it's low for ball one. Low for ball one, it's 1-2. Kingsmen by 4, trying to make it 5 or more. 1-2 pitch coming to the young catcher who's pinch hitting. And Olvera takes it outside for ball 2. Listed as a catcher and an infielder, will likely slot in at second come the next inning in the field. Two balls and 2 strikes. PJ battling with this Dominican arm on the mound. Here's the 2-2. And he rips it into center field, sending the center fielder back, but he's found it and makes the catch to end the inning. Pretty good bat on ball from PJ, but it's not enough to play to run. And we head to the bottom of the 4th with the Kingsmen up 4-0 here in Game 3 of their Dominican trip on the Kingsmen Baseball Network. Back here for the bottom of the 4th. Disclaimer that we're going to adjust some equipment at some point during this half inning. I will cut the audio during that portion, but I will let you know when I'm going to do that. So just so you know, the audio probably will go out for a couple of minutes. The camera may move a little bit, but everything is all right. It's 4-0 in this ball game. The Kingsmen up and having a good day at the bat and in the field. And Kaysen Young having a really good day. 3 innings pitched, 1 hit, no runs, and a foul ball to start inning number 4, facing the 2-3-4 hitters. The batter at the plate wearing the number 12 for Buena Vista. He hit a scorcher to Dino Catani in left field in his first at-bat, which Catani grabbed on a dive. That one is outside for ball 1. Gonna cut the audio here for just a moment. We'll be right back. The camera will still have the game for you. Back here in the bottom of the fourth, Kason Young is walked a man. Stands on first, and now pitch in the dirt. The runner will stay put. We had a quick meeting on the mound. Coach Joe Hudak coming out to have a chat with his starting pitcher, who has looked excellent in this game. No bullpen action from the Kingsmen just yet, but you would imagine that Young won't be throwing forever this early into the season. And that ball cranked to left field, sending Catani and McNeil together. Caden McNeil makes the play in center, and there is one away in the fourth. One out, a man on first, and the Kingsmen leading 4 runs to nothing. Lefty up, he singled his first time. The only hit of the game so far for Buena Vista. He squared a bunt, popped it up into the stands, 0-1.
You have to give us, I would say this, like a shot in the minute. The duties he has on his camera, you know, it's a Gucci jersey.
1-1, another bunt, this time Young fields, flips to first, and he's safe. I think he had it beat anyway, but it was dropped by Nemo Barnes at first. Now that can't happen. I think the runner had it beat out. But regardless, there was no play once the ball was dropped by the first baseman Barnes. So runners on second and first and one away. Buena Vista chasing a 4-run deficit with base runners. Ball one inside. One-0 pitch, squaring to bunt again, now pulling back, Catrone popped up ready to throw somewhere. Gonna need confirmation on the count, it's 2-0 as that one was low for a ball. The pitch, squaring to bunt again, now Catrone throws to third. Classe had come in to field a potential bunt, and Beatrice couldn't get over to third in time. Classe caught the ball about 10 feet from the third base bag. That one in the dirt. Ball 4, and the bases are loaded. Bullpen activity going to get going. With the break in action, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in today, regardless of where you are, whether you're watching here in the Dominican or if you're stateside. A special shout out to Jeff Bozo and Jennifer Kissinger, 2 friends of our translator here, Kike. Tuning in from West Virginia. We appreciate you. That's ball 1. A lot of noise coming from the third base dugout from Buena Vista, who feel they're right in the game, a hit away from making this really interesting. And a pop-up, shallow center. McNeil's got a long way to go. He got there, made the catch. Throw goes to third, and it's by Classe. Classe's got to pop up and get the baseball. 1 run scores, 2 are in, and all the way to third base goes the runner from first. Two-run score on what ended up being a sacrifice fly of an odd nature. So 4-2 the score. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, blocked by Catrone. Gets away, runner coming to the plate, he'll score. 3 runs in the inning as Kason Young starts to get beat a little bit here on the mound. Couple of walks and an error in the field. And another long inning defensively for the Kingsmen. 4-3 the score. Base is clear, and the pitch is high for a ball. Cranked a mile high, right side of the infield. Olvera calls off the first baseman and makes the catch to end the inning. 3 runs across, an inning to forget for the Kingsmen in the field, but they hit again in the 5th when we return on the Kingsmen Baseball Network. Into the 5th inning we go. The Kingsmen still clinging to a 4-3 lead. Top of the order, Caden McNeil to lead it off. He watches a fastball go by, and it missed the zone for ball 1. A home plate umpire, Emilio, heading out to the mound to talk to the new arm on the mound for Buena Vista. Very quick, maybe just making sure the mound is all right. Some bullpen action for the Kingsmen. Brandon Falk is out there. Expected to pitch in some capacity today. It looks like he'll be coming in with the new inning, at least I would presume. Great day for Kason Young. He'll go into the books with 0 earned runs. And a big swing and a miss. Caden McNeil wanted to send that one a ways, but it's a strike. So McNeil digs back in. It's Caden, then Dino Catani, and Owen Beatrice in the 5th. The pitch. Way high to the backstop it goes. No problem for Buena Vista with nobody on base, but still nowhere near the strike zone. McNeil digs back in, looking to be a good leadoff here, and takes that one high that sails to the backstop again. This time it got a piece of the catcher's glove, but not caught. And Owen Beatrice getting his steps in as the man in the hole for the Kingsmen. 3 balls, 1 strike. A hitter's count for McNeil, who is 1 for 2, a single and a fly out to right field. 3-1 delivery. He watches it go, ball 4. Leadoff walk for the Kingsmen. They'll take it up with just 1 run. And time called from one of the coaches of Buena Vista after just 1 hitter faced for this new arm from the home team. While we have a minute, I'll take a second to show you some of the surroundings here at the ballpark today. Beautiful, huge ballpark here in La Romana. It's part of a complex that has a softball field and a couple other baseball fields. Good spot to be here on this Tuesday in the Dominican. McNeil wanted to go, but he stumbled. Didn't get off a good jump. Broke it down rather than risk being thrown out. Probably a smart idea. Ball 1. Coach Hudak back to the signs. And we'll see if McNeil is off and running again. It looked like McNeil was about to take off, but the pitcher threw over. We'll see if anything is still on. McNeil, a fleet of foot runner on first base, trying to get into scoring position. He does take off here. High pitch, throw down to second. McNeil slides in, and he is safe, holding the base in his hands. McNeil in scoring position, Catani at the plate. A hitter's count for Dino, who's 0 for 1. Pitch comes in, and it's high for ball 3. Three balls and no strikes. Beatrice on deck. McNeil on second with no one around him. And there's ball 4, a 4-pitch walk. And that will likely be it for this Buena Vista arm as another mound visit comes out with a man warming up down the third base side. 4-3. New pitcher coming up for Buena Vista. Take you one more second to show you a bit more of this ballpark. The Kingsmen dugout down the third base or down the first base side. The stands that are mostly unoccupied. You have the Kingsmen parents down the line, so a shout out to everybody down there. You know, I think my favorite thing about this ballpark, you can see it out there in right center field. The La Romana Cruise Terminal is just over there beyond the water. That's how close we are to the water, folks. It doesn't maybe seem like it, but... And there we go. I'm talking about the... I know somebody's wondering about this cruise ship. This story is for you. The La Romana Cruise Terminal, just a mile or two away. And we were coming back from Jumbo, which is the big grocery store in the area, buying some food for the food bags that we passed out yesterday in Los Montones. I'll talk more about that later on here in the broadcast. But we were heading to Jumbo, going across the river, and you can see this giant cruise ship just sitting there on the dock. And I said, hey, I hope that that's still there when we're playing in Buena Vista, because it would be a beautiful backdrop for this ball game. And sure enough, there it is. There it is. And unfortunately, that does not come as part of the travel plan with this Kingsmen baseball trip. Who knows? Maybe in the future. Throwing to second, or rather to third, McNeil stole. It was a double steal to put men on second and third base. We'll get you back to game action here. Runners on third and second with nobody out after the double steal, and Owen Beatrice is in a big spot for this Kingsman team. The score 4-3 in the top of the fifth inning. Infield in for Buena Vista. And Beatrice watches it go. 2 balls, no strikes. New pitcher in wearing all black besides the white pants. Came out to warm up. Only probably threw 5 to 10 warm-up pitches, and then was called upon after 2 walks to begin the inning. They have another man warming up just in case, as the count is worked to 3-0 off the high fastball to Beatrice. 3 balls, no strikes. First base is open. Beatrice batting with nobody out. And he watches it go, a 4-pitch walk. 3 walks in a row to begin the inning. And the bases are juiced for Izzy Clase. Clase going to trot on down to Coach Joe Hudak. Have a quick discussion about what's to come in this at-bat.
Oye, recupérate, vamos.
A quick game recap for you if you've just been joining us as of lately. The Kingsmen scored 2 runs in the top of the first. Their first 2 hitters to the plate both came around to score, and Kaden McNeil and Dino Catani. Then fast forward to the third, where we saw 3 hits in a row. Mason Ritzma, the third and crucial 2-run single to bring in Beatrice, who singled, and Clase, who doubled his last at-bat. Clase is 1 for 2 with a double, and he's batting again in a huge spot. First pitch, up and away, ball 1. Buena Vista struck back in the bottom of the 4th. 3 unearned runs, and you know Coach Hudak's going to have something to say about that post-game. But for now, the Kingsmen will enjoy the lead, and they'll hope to grow it. In a good spot to do so here. 1-0, 2-0. That one's way high. And now a quick meeting amongst the infielders, the catcher and the shortstop coming out to have a quick talk, try to calm down their pitcher on the mound, who has missed high consistently since coming out of the bullpen. And Clase, the green light, swung and missed, trying to hit that ball all the way to that cruise ship in right center field. 2-1 with Ritzema on deck. Runners at every base. Here's the 2-1. Into left center. Left fielder playing shallow. It drops in front. 1 run scores. They throw to the plate, and McNeil is in for the run. Everyone moves up 1 base. It's Clase with an RBI single. He's got his 2nd hit of the day, and it makes it 5-3. The interesting part of that play, of course, you had your runner at third tagging and McNeil. He scored. Catani was tagging from second, and he may have been thrown out had the left fielder gone to third because the throw was shorter there. The left fielder decided to throw home, and they got no one. 5-3 the score. That's ball one to Mason Ritzema, who had 2 ribbies of his own the last time he was at the plate. 1-0. Infield still in. Now 2 balls and no strikes as that pitch is high. And now the shortstop coming back over to have a quick word with his catcher. This is shaping up to be a big inning for the Kingsmen, slated to play 7 today. And a 5-3 back and forth affair so far. 2-0 pitch. And it's high again. 3 balls, no strikes. In danger of walking in a run with Hudson Entrekin on deck. Ritzema has reached both times he's been up to the plate. He's 1 for 1 with the 2 RBI single and a hit by pitch. 3-0 to Ritz. Watched it go in at the letters for a called strike, 3-1. The coaching, I don't speak a whole lot of Spanish, but from what I can tell, the third base coach on the near side here saying, get it low, get it low. The 3-1 is high. Walks in a run. The first 5 have reached here in the 5th. And a meeting on the mound that includes the coach this time around for Buena Vista. And another pitching change coming up. We'll step aside here in the 5th. 5, now 6-3 the score. 2 runs already for the Kingsmen, looking for more when we return on the Kingsmen Baseball Network. New pitcher in for Buena Vista. Bases are loaded. Nobody is out. Hudson Entrekin, the batter. First pitch from the man in all gray, and he fouls it off. Throwing strikes early. That's exactly what Buena Vista need to see right now, as the 5th inning has begun with 4 walks and a single. The count is 0-1 to Entrekin, who's 0 for 2 with a flyout and a strikeout. And he watches that go. It was just high for ball 1. One pitch. And that one was dropped by the catcher a little outside, and it's 2-1. Two and one. Here's the pitch. Outside again, 3-1. So after a first pitch strike, it's now 3 in a row out of the zone. Buena Vista risking what could be a 5th walk in 6 hitters. Harris Clark 0 for 2 with a couple of Ks is on deck. 3 balls, 1 strike, here it is. And it is outside, ball 4, another run scores. So here's Harris Clark. Bases loaded, thought about taking a big hack at the first one, let it go, and it's 0-1. Oh, and 1 the count. Bases juiced. The Kingsmen 3 runs already in the inning to make it 7-3. 0-1 to Clark. We watched it go, low, ball 1. Jack Catrone swinging in the on-deck circle. At this rate, the Kingsmen might bat around in this 5th inning. They've got to keep the pace going a little bit in order to do so. Harris Clark looking to get his bat going. 1-1. Missed the letters. Ball 2. Some shouts of approval from the Buena Vista infield, but they didn't get the call from our home plate umpire, Emilio. They check on the runner at first, back safely, entry. Top of the 5th inning here, 7-4 the score. Brandon Falk awaits his opportunity to come in to pitch. That one not called a strike either. That one looked pretty good around the letters, but called a little bit high. 3-1. Infield in for Buena Vista. The 3-1 is low, and another run walks in. Turning into a tough inning here for the Buena Vista pitching. 4 runs already, just 1 hit. All 7 to come to the plate so far have reached. Here's Catrone, who had a big double his last time to the plate. And he cranks one foul, 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch. Catrone pops it up, foul ground, hooking in and out of play over the dugout. 0-2. Catrone pops up another one. Nemo Barnes on deck, and then it would be PJ Olvera, both of whom came in defensively. And an 0-2 is swung on and missed by Catrone. It was a high fastball out of the zone, but he gets him for the first out of the inning. Nemo Barnes, 0 for 1. Takes that one for a strike. Base is still loaded. Ritzema on third, Entrican on second, Clark on first, and Nemo Barnes hits one high, and it's foul off of the backstop actually, and back toward the playing field. Quickly 0-2. Here's the pitch, the kick and fires, and he strikes out Nemo Barnes on 3 pitches. 2 outs. Here's PJ Olvera, laced the fly ball to center field that was caught to end the 4th inning. The Kingsmen will have hit every single player out of their 10 at the conclusion of this AB. First pitch to PJ, and he takes a big cut, comes up empty. 0-1 to PJ Olvera with the bases juiced. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Brandon Falk walking back with Christian Burney from the right field line where he was warming up in the bullpen. He's got to have thrown a lot of warm-up pitches by now. Likely coming in once the Kingsmen head to the field. 1-1. Called a strike on the inside corner to Olvera, who ducked to get out of the way. He turned his back to it, and it was in the zone. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Olvera trying to keep this inning alive. 4 runs in already. The pitch. He laces it to left center field. Down for a base hit. 1 run scores. Entrican around third. The ball's dropped. He'll score without a throw. And Harris Clark to third base from first. A 2-run single for PJ Olvera. And the Kingsmen have a couple more on the scoreboard in the 5th. What a moment for PJ, one of the younger guys on this team. And he comes up with a big hit to truly break this inning open. It's a 6 spot, and it's 9-3. Here's Caden McNeil for the 2nd time in the 5th. As they throw over to first and check on PJ, he's back safely. Runners on the corners. Olvera, aggressive off of first, dives back in again. Ball's thrown to the plate, dropped by the catcher. It was a ball, and Olvera uses the ball getting away from the catcher as an opportunity to get to second base. PJ to second, runners in scoring position, and first base unoccupied once more. The pitch. Inside on McNeil, almost hit him. Tried to put his back into it, ended up just evading him. 3 balls, no strikes. If the inning continues, we'll see Dino Catani once again. Pitch to McNeil, and he taps it foul. Just lobbed it out of play off the metal bat. Clark on third, Olvera on second. An inning that has lasted over half an hour, and we haven't even gotten to the bottom half. The delivery. Ripped to right center field. In the gap, down for a base hit. Olvera around third, he'll score with ease. McNeil stretching it into a double as it was cut off by the center fielder. McNeil showing off his speed. 2 more in for the Kingsmen.
Cuenta la bola de una vez.
Here is Catani. And he swings and misses at the first pitch to him. Walked and scored earlier on in the inning, as did McNeil, who stands on second now. 0-1, ripped back to the pitcher. It came out of his glove. His glove came off of him. He recovered and made the play. Catani couldn't have hit it much harder than that. In the end, it goes down as a 1-3 ground out, but it didn't look the sort. Big inning for the Kingsmen. We'll be back in the bottom of the fifth right after this with a new arm taking the mound for the black and gold. Back here for the bottom of the fifth, a new man on the mound in Brandon Falk. From one Canadian to another, as Falk takes to the mound. A hard-throwing right-hander will probably be one of the Kingsmen's top starting arms later on in the season, but he's rehabbing that arm right now, going to ease into things this spring. The Kingsmen here in Buena Vista, La Romana, taking on Top Prospect Academy. TPA on their uniforms. They're red and blues that they walk to the plate now to begin this bottom half of inning number 5. The Kingsmen put up 8 in the top of the fifth. The KBA leads 12-3, looking to rebound after a tough loss in San Pedro de Macorís on Saturday. This game took an extra 24 hours to start after it was scheduled for yesterday, postponed to this morning. Well, we're glad you're here with us. Ball one from Falk. Lower 90s when he's at his best. Still looking for a college spot for next season. He's out of the windup here with the 1-0. Fires that fastball in. It just missed inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Falk working quickly. Brings the leg up, comes home. And it's high, ball 3. Infield of Clase, Beatrice, Olvera, and Barnes. Outfield remains unchanged from the beginning. Catani, McNeil, and Entrican. 3 balls, no strikes. Falk trying to open up his account. Missed high, 4-pitch walk. Final line for Kaysen Young, no earned runs, 3 runs total. He gave up just 1 hit and walked 2 in his final inning. No runs prior to that point. Or rather, no walks prior to that point. And he went around on that strike, 0-1. So Falk comes in to be that first man out of the pen. The bullpen active for the Kingsmen once again. Max Rayleigh getting up and throwing. Started the game at first base. Runner on first, 0-1 pitch. A slider swung on and missed. Great pitch from Brandon Falk, and he's ahead 0-2. A relaxed look at the plate for this Buena Vista hitter, but he's in an 0-2 hole. Here's the pitch. And it got by Catrone. It was low. The runner rounding second, coming to third. Catrone's throw to third. Into left field, past Clase, and it's backed up by Catani to end the play there. But all the way to third on a wild pitch due to how deep this backstop is. Catrone got a good throw off to third, but it short hopped Clase, and he was unable to scoop it to apply the tag. So lead runner now 90 feet away from scoring. Nobody out. Falk has the hitter 1-2, and we have a pinch runner for Buena Vista for TPA, as I think the runner diving into third got shaken up a little bit, trying to get himself safely into third base. May have jammed a finger on the bag. 2-strike pitch from Falk, and it's high, 2-2. And here comes Coach Joe Hudak to have a quick talk with his right-hand arm. Into the windup here, Falk takes a deep breath and comes home. 2-2 after the mound visit, and he lays one in there to ring up his first batter of the game. One out off the looking strikeout. That's one heck of an answer after the mound visit for Falk to drop one in there like that and grab his first out. So here's a lefty. Right on left matchup. Infield going to stay back given the score line, even though there is the runner on third base. Fastball outside, ball one. Bottom of inning number 5 in Buena Vista. We started the game just after 10 o'clock local, coming about to 2 hours of game time thus far. A little bit under that still. Out of the windup, here it is. And it's tapped to the screen, back towards some of the Kingsmen who are cowering behind the backstop, trying to get some pitch data on Brandon as well as the rest of the pitchers that come into the game. And it's a good thing that backstop's there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner still on third base. Falk working out of the windup, slings it home. And he went around for strike 2. So after the call on the check swing, 2 strikes to the hitter, trying to leave that runner, stood on third, another batter. 1-2. Outside, the count even at 2 apiece. Two balls, 2 strikes. Falk, after a leadoff walk, starting to settle in. Here's the 2-2. Just outside, and the count is full. Emilio with a little bit of a tight zone on Saturday. Certainly keeping it consistent today. 3-2. And it's tipped off of the catcher and foul. So we'll see another 3-2. And a tight zone for these kids, definitely not a bad thing. It's going to get tighter as they get closer and playing in college. But if nothing else, you just want things to be consistent. And Emilio has done that. We appreciate what he does umpiring these games whenever we're down here. 3-2. Falk missed outside and loses him for another walk. Runners on the corners. Runners on third and first. Big lead for the Kingsmen here in today's game, 12-2. No doubt they'll still be at their sharpest for a first and third situation early in the season. A rep is a rep. Falk trying to get out of this inning without a run. Runners on the corners to make life difficult for him. First pitch home, and he rings it in there for a called strike on the fastball. 0-1. It's a bit of a herky-jerky kind of motion coming forward from Falk once he starts to bring that leg down, but it generates so much power. Here's the 0-1. That slider, a good pitch to try and get the hitter to chase. Didn't go after that one. It's 1-1. Looking for a ground ball here. Beatrice and Olvera up the middle, ready to turn a pair if they get the opportunity. Snap throw to first, back safely without a tag. One ball, one strike. Falk nursing a 9-run lead. First appearance of the spring for the Ontarian. Another throw over to the first base bag. I guess somebody from Canada will have to let me know if Ontarian is correct or if those from Ontario go by something else. One of a number of Canadian-born players on this academy team, second to pitch in this game from up north. There's a swing and a miss, throw down to second, and they have got him. They ran a straight-up play, throw it down to second. Catrone put it on a platter, and there's 2 down. Two away after the stolen base was denied, and now Falk trying to get out of this inning. Into the windup with a man on just third base. Into the windup he goes. Missed outside, and the count is full. Three-two. Missed, or rather 2-2, now 3-2. Correction on that, I apologize. Payoff pitch. High, ball 4. Tough day for Brandon Falk. 3 walks and a strikeout. Coach Hudak calling out another third first with 2 down. Another lefty to face Brandon Falk. Rayleigh continues to get ready down the right field line. There's a strike to open up the at-bat. 0-1, a big one. 3 runs in the last inning for Buena Vista. Scoreless the rest of the contest. The Kingsmen have put up runs in every other inning. 0-1 from Falke. Runner thought about it, and a swinging strike as around went the bat of the left-handed hitter at the plate. It's 0-2. The runner took a step like he was getting ready to steal and then put on the brakes. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and an opportunity to get out of the inning. 0-2. Got him! Backdoor slider ends the inning. A looking strikeout sends us to the 6th. 12-3 the score here on the Kingsmen Baseball Network. Back here for the 6th of 7 innings, Owen Beatrice, the leadoff man, and he takes a ball to start the 6th. The Kingsmen have been enjoying this game a little bit more than they did the second game yet on Saturday. They took that one out inside, Beatrice did, to make it 2-0. The score was 4-3 going into the 5th, but the Kingsmen cranked out 8 runs and are in control here. 1-0, or rather 2-0, now 3-0. It's Beatrice, Clase, and Ritzema. 3, 4, 5. We'll see how far down the order the Kingsmen go here in the 6th. 3-0 pitch. In there for a called strike. The Buena Vista pitcher trying to come all the way back, but he misses on the 3-1, and it's a leadoff walk. Second time in a row Beatrice has walked. He's reached 3 of his 4 times to the plate. And here is Izzy Clase. Clase 2 for 3. He's had a couple of big hits in this contest. Had an RBI single 1 inning ago. One of 2 hits in that big 5th inning for the black and gold. Runner on first, nobody out. Pitch to Clase. Outside, ball 1. 1-0 pitch. Outside again. 2 balls, no strikes. A hitter's count. No action in the bullpen right now for Buena Vista. And there's a hard hit line drive. One hops out of the infield and into right. Base hit for Clase. What a day Izzy's having. 3 hits, 2 singles and a double. And the cleanup man is doing his job for the Kingsmen. Second and first, nobody out. Bit of a stoppage here, not sure what the holdup is. Mason Ritzema is the extra hitter slated to hit. Christian Burney was the bullpen catcher, but he just sprinted in. And PJ Olvera is out to do the bullpen catching now. We'll see if Ritzema gets back into the box. And he is, so he will hit. Burney getting ready to do something. Runners on second and first in Beatrice and Clase. First pitch to Ritzema, outside corner strike. Got it on the outer edge, and it's 0-1. The ball's 1 strike. The pitch. And it's outside this time. Does not get the call on back-to-back. 1-1. Now the count. So Christian Burney has now put on a helmet, and grabbed a bat, and is getting ready to hit. We'll see in which spot that happens. Pitch coming up here to the Kingsman number 4. Bounces before the plate and is caught nicely by the catcher. Now 3-1. Three balls and 1 strike. Runners on second and first. And a big cut came up empty. Ritzema. And the count runs full. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th, or rather in the 6th. The top of the 6th, I should say. The Kingsmen, the guest team in this game in La Romana. Full count pitch. Ritzema pops it up, heading toward the La Romana dugout, and it lands foul out of the run of the third baseman who was coming in for it. He ran out of time. Three balls, 2 strikes, another full count pitch. And Ritzema lifts it into shallow center. Coming in, the center fielder makes the catch for Buena Vista, fires it hard into the cutoff man, and Beatrice is forced to stay on second base. A fly out for the first out of the inning. So here is Christian Burney. He's going to hit in place of Hudson Entrican. We'll see what we have from Burns here with a runner on second and first, and he pops the first pitch foul. He hit a high and deep foul ball in the last inning of Game 2 against Cano baseball. It probably would have left the ballpark by about 30 feet had it been hit between the foul lines. 0-1 with runners on. Here it is to Burns. And he cranks another foul ball down 0-2 in the count. Matt De La Cruz is in the on-deck circle, likely to hit for Harris Clark. Pitcher comes set. Right-handed arm, wearing the all-gray, comes home with the 0-2 and strikes out Burney on 3 pitches. excellent off-speed pitch, dropped it in at the knees, and Burns could not get that on ball. There are 2 outs in the 6th. And here is De La Cruz. First pitch to De La Cruz, went around on the swing, and he's down 0-1 in the count. He did come in for Harris Clark. Jack Catrone is still in the on-deck circle as the catcher in the 8th spot of the order. But here batting in the 7th spot is De La Cruz, the Gastonia native. 0-1, tipped it into the glove of the catcher, and he's behind 0-2. The control has really improved from this reliever for Buena Vista, the TPA. Looking to blank the Kingsmen in this inning after allowing the first 2 base runners to reach. 0-2 to De La Cruz. Matt watches it go. It sits in the dirt, ball 1. Max Rayleigh walking in from the bullpen as the 1-2 swung on and missed to end the inning. De La Cruz strikes out, and we will head to the bottom half of inning number 6. The Kingsmen get a couple on, but do not score. We'll be right back here on the Kingsmen Baseball Network. Back here for the bottom of the 6th, Kingsmen 12, Buena Vista 3. Right here on the Kingsmen Baseball Network. Griffin Leonard, it's a pleasure to bring you this game from the Dominican Republic, game 3 of 4. The team has just a couple of days left here in the beautiful Caribbean before we head home. Max Rayleigh, the new pitcher for the Kingsmen, throws the first pitch high. Rayleigh in his first appearance of the season today. looking to shut down Buena Vista here in the 6th, and gets a swinging strike to even the count at 1-1. Rayleigh started the game at first base, walked, and then was replaced in the field. Has found his way to the mound. 1-1 pitch. Popped up right side, chasing Barnes. No shot to get to that ball. That landed in foul ground, but far away from the first base bag. 1-2. Two-strike pitch here from Rayleigh. The righty fires it home, and it's high on the off-speed. Change the speed there. Could not get any sort of temptation out of the right-handed hitter. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rayleigh still in the windup. Now brings the leg back and now kicks it home. Nearly swept the curveball in there to freeze him inside the call. Well, he did freeze him. He just didn't get the strike call. 3-2. Kingsmen by 9. The relievers just trying to do their job and keep this one easy. Full count, and Rayleigh has lost him with 3 consecutive balls. A leadoff walk to Max. And here comes the top of the order for Top Prospect Academy here in Buena Vista, La Romana. Just a couple of minutes from Casa de Campo. The team's been enjoying their time here in these villas. First pitch from Rayleigh is a called strike. 0-1. Rayleigh will be looking to get him started again. Micah Irving, the next arm. Or no, that's Angel Rari down there. Micah just kind of supervising. 0-1. A swing and a miss, strike 2. Rayleigh looking great on the mound. A runner on first and nobody out. Here's the 0-2. And it's just high. Double play depth for the middle infield of Owen Beatrice and PJ Olvera. PJ in the game for a few innings now. And they check on first as Rayleigh throws over to the man who replaced him at first base earlier in the game, Nemo Barnes. A really nice day here in the southern coast of the Dominican. Nice and cloudy, so it's not too hot, but it's never not warm this in this beautiful country. I've seen the weather back in Charlotte. I cannot say that I wish I was anywhere else. 2-strike pitch. Rayleigh missed low, 2-2. Want to give a shout out to Chris Rayleigh, Max's dad, for all the help he's had with the broadcast side of things. Before I was out with Coach Hudak at the Kingsmen full time, he was able to help us out with a couple of the fall ball broadcasts, as that one was off of the bat, fouled off, and will stay 2-2. It was high, the bat was behind the hitter, and it nicked off of it after just missing the upper body of the left-handed hitter. Mr. Rayleigh's helped us out with some of the broadcasting, and then he also donated this camera that we have used throughout the duration of this trip. Once again, a big thank you to Mr. Chris Rayleigh. His son Max still on the mound, 2 strikes, getting his first out if he can retire this hitter, but a foul ball to extend the at-bat. Angel Rari is warming up to likely come in the 7th. Dominican born, pitched in the second game of Saturday's 2-game set. Just could not get the ball down into the zone as Rayleigh misses high there to bring the count to full. Runner on first, nobody out, a 9-run lead for the Kingsmen. Certainly some breathing room, but they don't want to test anything. Rayleigh, an important payoff pitch, looking for his first out of the game. Facing the left-handed hitter, throws the pitch home. And he missed just low and away. Unable to get the call, and there are 2 on with nobody out. Pete. Oh, yeah. 2-hole hitter up for the Buena Vista side. Runners on second and first, nobody out, and the first pitch is a ball high. Here comes Coach Joe Hudak to have a quick conversation. We'll step aside for a minute and be back here on the Kingsmen Baseball Network, bottom 6. Back here in the bottom of the 6th, quick mound visit over. Rayleigh still on the mound. Second and first, nobody out after a couple of walks.
Hello, Matt.
Facing the heart of the Buena Vista order. The pitch. In there for a called strike. It's 1-1 after that at-bat was interrupted by the mound visit. Brought a 1-0 count into that last pitch, and it's now even. It's a good comeback pitch to fire it into the low part of the zone after a mound visit as you calm yourself down. Runner on the move. Pitch low. Catrone throws down to second, and P.J. Olvera knocked it down. That saved a run. Jack Catrone saw that the runner breaking from first to second got a really, really late jump. He missed inside, and P.J. Olvera with a diving stop to prevent a run. And the count 2-1 with runners on second and third now. The pitch home. Hard ground ball, third base side, and foul. 2-2. Runners on second and third, first base unoccupied. Out of the windup, Rayleigh's 2-strike pitch. Got him! Froze him on the curve. 1 down. So here's the 3-hole hitter for Buena Vista. First pitch, low of the knees, ball 1. Angel Rari still getting going. As Rayleigh's 1-0, takes a big cut and misses. The Buena Vista hitter came up empty, 1-1. One 1 from Rayleigh. Got another swing and a miss. 1-2. Max settling in now after a couple of walks, a strikeout, and now he's got one of the best hitters on this Buena Vista team to 2 strikes. Rayleigh throwing to second, back with a dive. It was interesting there. He towed the mound differently than he had when throwing most of his pitches, and maybe that was an indicator that something was up. 1 ball, 2 strikes, back into the main windup. Throws it high, ball. Two and two the count. Rayleigh trying to finish the job here and grab his second out of the inning. Facing the left-handed hitter. Here's the pitch. And it is high again. Just couldn't get on top of that breaking ball. 3 and 2. Payoff pitch. Nailed him. A hit by pitch to load the bases. It got him on the lower back. The hitter seems a little shaken up, but he'll continue and stay in the game. The bases are full for Buena Vista. No hits in the inning. Still just 1 hit in the game for this local La Romana side. They'll have a pinch runner. The runner from third coming out of the game. So bases loaded. Here's a big pitch from Rayleigh to start this at bat, and he missed it low. Blocked with 2 hands by Jack Catrone behind the plate.
Just the hit now, you know what I mean?
1-0. Inside part of the plate called a strike, 1-1. Max Rayleigh trying to keep control of this inning. No runs up on the scoreboard yet. 1-1 pitch. Slipped that curveball again, missed it high. This has not been able to get the laces down and moving on that breaker. He was able to use it to his advantage and hit the top part of the zone on that looking strikeout, but this has not been able to get that ball down low. 2 walks and a hit by pitch to go along with the strikeout so far in the inning. 2-1 pitch. Goes back to the curve. It was hit to the third base side and called a foul ball. I believe that hit off the hands of the hitter. Either way, blown dead before the ball was even touched by Izzy. 2 and 2 after the foul ball. You can tell that something was off with that swing just because it didn't sound like it normally does when the ball hits the bat, and it's because it didn't. 2-2, Rayleigh out of the windup. Fastball low and away, and the count full. Max Rayleigh out of Florence. Looking for a big out. Payoff pitch. Got him. Blew the fastball by him. 2 down. A couple of strikeouts in the inning for the 2027 grad out of Florence, South Carolina. Two outs. The bases are still loaded. No runs across yet. Rayleigh's first pitch goes back to the curve and misses high. One and 0. Rayleigh thinking about it. Now brings the leg up. Back to the off speed. He missed outside. And I'm sure just early in the season, the coach is wanting to watch Rayleigh get this one right. Have him work through it. Coach saying from the dugout, don't overthrow this one. Get it right. Now goes to the fastball. He missed low. 3-0. Rayleigh taking a second, collecting himself behind the mound, now toes the rubber. Bases juiced. Kingsmen by 9 here in the 6th. 3-0 outside. It's a 4-pitch walk to bring in a run.
Cuando entre en 10 te voy a decir ahora sí. Tengo no te quiero mandar, ¿tú me entiendes? Porque... Pero gracias.
Day over for Max Raley. It's going to be Angel Rari when we return here on the Kingsman Baseball Network. 12-4 Kingsman lead in the 6th. Angel Rari into the game. Throws the first pitch strike that's hit foul. Second appearance for the Dominican born. He's had a great time on this trip. We've had a great time having him. Just 3 weeks in the U.S. and now right back in the Dominican as a fly ball sent to right center field. McNeil makes a great catch to end the inning. And Angel, in just 2 pitches, gets out of the jam. Just 1 run across that'll be assessed to Raley. 4 runs on the board for Buena Vista overall. They trail 12-4 to the Kingsmen. We head to the 7th and final inning of today's game right here on the Kingsman Baseball Network. Welcome back to Buena Vista, the neighborhood in La Romana in the Dominican Republic. We have entered our final inning of play. Into the 7th we go. First pitch inside. Want to know pitch? Inside, ran in, and hit the Kingsmen leadoff man. It was a substitution at the plate, a pinch hitter. And that was Anthony Seminara, who just got nailed by that pitch. Welcome into the game, sir. So Seminara now immediately checked on over at first. He's back safely. Another substitution as Nemo Barnes comes out of the game. Jack Curtis into the 9 spot. Older brother Deacon Curtis, he takes a strike. So 0-1 to Jack Curtis, runner on first and Seminara. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and it's high for ball 1, high and tight. Interestingly, we had Angel Rari come in and get 1 out in the 6th. He went back out to the bullpen to throw more pitches. You know, maybe not fully warmed up, maybe just wanted a little bit more, but now he's going to go back out there as Jack Curtis is hit by a pitch now. Back-to-back hit by pitches for the Kingsmen to start the inning. Christian Burney's going to be ready to be the bullpen catcher now because P.J. Olvera is going to have to come back and get ready to hit. So here he is, fresh out of the bullpen. Here's PJ, a big 2 RBI single his last time. First pitch, he hits it hard into right field. Hooking into the corner, is it fair? Yes, it is! Tony rounds third, Curtis rounds third, Seminara scores, Curtis will put on the brakes, PJ Olvera with a hard hit double into the right corner. He's got 2 hits today off the bench. What are they feeding him? 1 run scores, and now on second and third go the Kingsmen runners. Top of the order now, it's Micah Irvin hitting in the spot of Caden McNeil. This is the part of the game where my scorecard just gets absolutely shredded. Mike Irvin down 0-1 in the count after a big swing and a miss. Now the 0-1 is off the inside part of the plate for a 1-1 count. Jack Curtis on third, PJ Olvera on second after his double down the line. Pitch to Micah, and he takes a big swing at that one. 2 strikes. The backswing actually came back and hit the Buena Vista catcher, but he appears all right. Two strikes to Micah Irvin with Jake Donaldson in the on-deck circle. 2 strikes, a swing and a miss. Drop third strike on, so Irvin runs down to first, and he's safe at first base. The catcher didn't realize it. I still don't think the catcher realizes it. But Irvin is safe at first, and the bases are loaded. Here's Jake Donaldson. Bases loaded, nobody out. Inside, to the backstop it goes. Curtis scores. Scored on the wild pitch. Irving up to second. Another run in, 2 in the inning already for the Kingsmen, who continue their trend of being very good at scoring every other inning, just like on Saturday. Pitch to Donaldson, tipped into the glove of the catcher for a strike. Logan Daniel is in the on-deck circle for the Kingsmen. He'll bat for Owen Beatrice. And Donaldson takes a strike to make it 1-2. Pitch to Donaldson, struck him out. So Logan Daniel to the plate, runners on second and third and one away. Back-to-back strikeouts, but only one of them has counted for an out as Daniel rips that one foul over the backstop and out of play. We'll see who comes up to hit next. Izzy Classe is the scheduled hitter. He does have a helmet on. He's had a great day at the plate. Hits in his last 3 times to home plate. 0-1 to Daniel. Takes it low, skipped in the dirt. It was nicely caught by the backstop of Buena Vista. One ball, one strike. Daniel digging in, infield back for the home team. That pitch is in there for a strike. 1-2. Daniel in his first at-bat of the day. Went 0 for 2 yesterday, but walked and reached on an error. And I say yesterday again, I mean Saturday. 2 strikes to Daniel, and he pops it foul again out of play, and he'll stay alive. Izzy Classe is swinging the bat in the on-deck circle. Looks like he will hit for a 5th time, being rewarded for what has been a superb day at the plate for the Kingsman third baseman. The pitch. Struck out Daniel. Back-to-back Ks for outs, 3 strikeouts in a row. And now Classe will hit with 2 on and 2 out. 2 runs already in the inning. Kingsman 14, Buena Vista 4. 10-run lead for the black and gold. Classe looking to make it more. First pitch. Watched it go. It was blocked by the catcher. Ball 1. One-oh pitch. Popped up in the infield. First baseman camped under it in fair territory. Makes the catch. And the inning is over. 2 more runs in the 7th. We head to the bottom half. The Kingsmen 3 outs away from a victory to rebound here in the Dominican. This is the 2026 Dominican Republic trip right here on the Kingsman Baseball Network. Final bets for Buena Vista today. The Kingsmen have put up a ton on the scoreboard. Lots that Coach Hudak and the coaching staff will be happy about. Of course, more to work on, but that is the beautiful game of baseball. 14-4, we head to the bottom of the 7th. It's been a great trip so far here in the Dominican Republic. I was happy to be able to tell you about some of the stuff that we had done prior to Saturday, and I'll give you an update here as I walk you through the next 3 outs of this one with Angel Rari back on the mound as to how things have been going since then. Ball 1 upstairs off the glove of Catron into the backstop. Beautiful time at the Dominican church service in La Romana on Sunday. Got a lot of the guys, they secured a couple of rows for us, the church did, in the front rows, so we could be right there in the worship experience. 2-0 as that one was inside. Of course, the sermon was in Spanish, the songs were in Spanish, but the power of Google Translate, a lot of guys, including myself, had their phones open, able to listen to what was a really, really good message. As that one is a ball for 3-0, just about the proper and true kinds of love. It was a really good message from the pastor here at this church in La Romana. There's a 4-pitch walk to open up the inning. But a good time at the Dominican church as Coach Hudak's going to have a quick chat with Angel. Later on Sunday, an opportunity to enjoy some time on the beach. Playa Manitas, just about a 10-minute golf cart ride. Of course, in Casa de Campo, some golf carts that myself and a couple of the coaches have had the enjoyment of taking around. Maybe the less enjoyment of having to log the players around everywhere when the buses aren't available, but it's part of the job. And we got a lot of the players down at the beach, had a great beach day. There's a private beach in Casa de Campo that is so beautiful. Some time playing volleyball and some good team bonding for the boys. It looked like everybody was having a lot of fun, a really, really good Sunday. So after the mound visit, lefty into the box, a runner on first and nobody out after the quick mound visit from Coach Joe Hudak. And a throw over to first base, keeping the runner on. That's Anthony Seminara as the first baseman now. It's Seminara at first, and then Olvera at second. Logan Daniel at short, and Clase still at third. As there's a swing and a miss to get on the hitter. Outfield is De La Cruz, Irving, and then in right field, well, who would that leave? Jack Curtis. Better be. Unless Curtis is the EH, then it might be Jake Donaldson. I think it is Donaldson out there. 2 strikes now to the hitter. Runner on first, still the lead runner. Nobody out. And now a swing and a miss for the strikeout, 1 away. Rari's got himself his first strikeout in a Kingsman uniform. So I mentioned Sunday, a really good day, church and the beach. Then Monday, we were supposed to be here, and we were supposed to do the activities that we're going to do this afternoon. As I mentioned, we're going to go to the school. If that ball misses inside, well, the rain put a stop to all of that. It wasn't actively raining Monday, but the field was unplayable, so everything kind of flip-flopped. What we were supposed to do today became yesterday's itinerary. 1 ball, no strikes, and it's high for ball 2. Now, we have a translator here that's a local to the Dominican. He lives now in the United States, but his name's Kike, as many people that get to come on this trip get the pleasure of getting to know. And he's from a village just about an hour or so, as that one swung on and missed, maybe an hour and a half from Casa de Campo, closer to where the team played its games on Saturday in San Pedro, where he called home growing up. And every time the team's in town, we like to take a trip up there to be able to see where he grew up, and importantly, assemble and then pass out some bags of food that we get from the local grocery store, be able to bless those in his community just as they had blessed him when he was younger. The pitch, Rari delivers, and it's flied out to right center field. Over is Donaldson, and he makes the catch for the second out. Actually, that's Dino Catani still out there. So Catani's in right. After not hitting, he is put back in the outfield. So 2 down. You know, that 9 spot of the fielding order is the furthest away from me here down the third base line, so I apologize for not having that number right. 2 down. Rari throws a pitch high for ball 1, looking for one more out to end this game. But it was a really good time in Los Montones. Would go house to house, pray over that individual, pass out that food, and really be able to make a connection with those that live in that community as that ball gets to the backstop and a runner heads down to second base. After Los Montones, we took a quick trip to another village in the San Pedro de Macorís area named El Piñón. There's a church there that Coach Hudak has gotten to know the pastor, very close with that community and that family. There's a ball 3 upstairs and maybe a bit inside as well. Get the opportunity to see the pavilion that they're building there. The last summer that I was out there, we got a chance to talk about with the pastor the future plans for that church and the surrounding community, as there's ball 4 to extend this game. And one of the things that they wanted to do was they wanted to construct a pavilion, to which Coach Hudak was able to donate a little bit to help make that happen. And they are actually dedicating that building to Kingsmen baseball and to Coach Hudak, which is just amazing. It was incredible to see the work that they've done on it in the last 6 months. And we can't wait to go back again in the summer and see if it's done. Hopefully enjoy a nice meal or two with them in that pavilion that's right next to the church in that village. Runners on second and first. Angel Rari and the Kingsmen trying to end this game. High fastball for ball 2. So that was Monday. We're here with the game now, and we'll head to the school after we enjoy some lunch. And I cannot wait to tell you about it tomorrow. Make sure to join us tomorrow. One more game left for the Kingsmen on this trip, as there's a strike from Rari down the middle. Angel into the count, so to speak. 2-1. Going to be visiting. Going to be playing in San Pedro de Macorís. That one's caught by Catrone. Now throws down to second, and it's into center field. Micah Irving swallows it up and prevents the runners from advancing, but dangerous situation. A 3-1 count now, as that one nearly got to the backstop, and Catrone with a really impressive play just to keep it in front of him. That ball was behind the hitter. But tomorrow, 10 a.m. local start, 9 a.m. Eastern, against Paulino Baseball Academy, one of the top academies in the Dominican Republic. They have had a fair share of major leaguers that I'm sure you would recognize, and I'll talk about more of that tomorrow. The 3-1 swung on and missed, and the count is full. Runners will be running as the Kingsmen are a strike away from victory. Game starts at 10 a.m. local tomorrow. We hope you can join us. We appreciate you sticking with us today as the Kingsmen are a step away from the win. 3-2 pitch outside, and the game continues with the walk. Tate Johnston is warming up in the pen down there and is ready if Coach Hudak wants to make the move. We'll see if he gives Angel another batter. Right-handed batter steps in. That does appear to be the plan. Angel out of the windup now once again with the bases loaded. Right-hander brings the leg up, fires it home, and it's outside for ball 1. Kingsmen up 14-4. And now 2-0 the count. Game coming up on 3 hours played. A good test in the heat for this academy team. And a foul ball off of the glove of Catrone into the backstop. Tomorrow's the final day in the Dominican for this team. Thursday, they'll have a little bit of time to relax, and then they'll head back. Should arrive in Charlotte in the mid-evening. A swing and a miss, strike 2. That's an excellent off-speed from Angel. We've seen him go primarily with the fastball, but that slider, if he can get it under control, is deadly. So far, Ferrari, 3 outs recorded and across 2 innings and 3 walks, no hits, trying to end this game. The pitch, spiked it, blocked by Catrone, and the count is full. Looked like Emilio saying 2-2, but there are 2 strikes, we know that for sure. Here's the pitch. And that one by him. Now a full count and a run will score with the wild pitch. So the score now 14-5. Bottom 7, still 1 strike away. Tate Johnston ready in the pen should the Kingsmen need another arm. But you know Angel wants to finish this one. And you know Coach Hudak wants to see his Dominican right-hand reliever finish the game on home turf. 3-2. Got him! Angel Rari finishes the game with the breaking ball. A strikeout to seal it. The Kingsmen win 14-5 here in La Romana. The Buena Vista team gave them a run for their money in the bottom of the 4th. It was a 1-run game, 4-3, but the Kingsmen responded in the 5th with an 8-run drubbing in the 5th inning to really take over, and they never looked back. A great appearance on the mound from Kason Young to start the game. Brandon Falk got us a little bit of time in the pen, and then finishing it off, Max Rayleigh and Angel Rari. Good stuff from the Kingsmen today. They'll be back tomorrow. Final score, once again, 14-5 right here from La Romana in the Dominican. The teams will get together. Coach Hudak and Kike will share the gospel with both teams. And the ministry will continue here in the Dominican. I'm Griffin Leonard saying so long from Buena Vista in La Romana, Dominican Republic. We'll see you tomorrow in San Pedro. The Kingsmen 2-1 on the spring season with a big 14-5 victory. See you tomorrow.